Rishi Sunak's leadership is officially in turmoil as his party treasurer has now been dragged into the tax affairs scandal. Okay, as we always talk about, we already know that the opposition party, the Labour Party, are also all over the place. They have literally an open goal right now, but they don't seem to be taking too much advantage. Yeah, you might see in the opinion polls that they are still leading, but in reality, they're still on edge in regards to slowly sometimes losing a few points. And as I always predicted, that as we get closer to the election, unless the Tories manage to somehow keep digging and digging, their polls will slightly get closer, but the Labour Party, the way it's going, they'll remain the potential largest party at the next election. But enough about the idiotic Labour Party. Let's talk about how the Tories keep jumping from scandal to scandal. They are clearly in trouble when it comes to PR management because they're allowing anybody from the political left and the media to find anything on them, and these stories completely overshadow any policy idea that they would potentially have. But by the way, they don't really have any policy ideas either. Let's talk about the Tory party treasurer. So this guy, Graham Edwards, his job is literally to look after money inside the Tory party. So usually you find someone who's very trusted, is very good, and of course, in terms of basic financial competence, he clearly has that because he's got a lot of money. But according to court documents from before, a trust was set up as part of a complex tax scheme that was used for him to buy a £1.5 million country mansion. This was for the Tory treasurer, Graham Edwards. Okay, so it's not necessarily, and they're actually dodging the tax in regards to tax evasion, which is completely illegal, but tax avoidance is still a bit of a taboo. That's why there was a court case that was created against Graham Edwards. He in the past has donated £940,000 to the Tory party. This is since 2018. And somehow, because of that, coincidentally, he also was named the party's treasurer only last month. So you can see why, when the media talk about these stories, that it's not a good look publicly. Even if we say, hypothetically, that in his job as Tory treasurer, hasn't done anything wrong. He's been clean, he's doing a good job. But when you don't really vet people's backgrounds, you're just giving ammo to the opposition. And because of the history, a toxic history of the Tory party with, again, big money and big business and big lobby, it's just not a good look. And usually there's no smoke without fire. So at the same time, all Keir Starmer has to do is just not to mess up too much. And he could potentially just become the next Prime Minister just because the Tories can't handle basic politics. Rishi Sunak and Jeremy Hunt promised us grown-up politics. They said, well, Boris is gone now and Liz Truss is gone, so we are now going to be managing this government differently. Since then, and it's been like half an hour, they've had so many scandals and so many individuals being dragged into scandals on a regular basis. And that is just completely embarrassing. The latest is just obviously Nadhim Zahawi and now Graham Edwards, who's now been mentioned and in the past, and still happening with Dominic Raab. It's just not a good look. You're completely distracted from basic governance. And in fact, considering all the policy ideas coming from Downing Street are so left-wing, maybe it's not a bad idea for them to be distracted with these scandals. Because imagine if they weren't distracted, that they will be implementing crazy authoritarian left-wing policies on a daily basis. Now, let me know what you think. I'm Mahyar, Tousi, and we are the media.